Love, in its larger-than-life orchestral form, is the stuff of movies and fairy tales. Maybe we look for real expressions of love in the smaller and quiet moments. Defining love is difficult. Love feels ephemeral, ineffable, and tricky to pin down. This is perhaps the reason that one of the most enduring ruminations on this concept seeks neither to simplify nor essentialize. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, the Apostle Paul reflects on the multifaceted splendor of love, asserting that when we walk by faith, love is at the very heart of all things. Listen to the words of 1 Corinthians 13. Allow them to wash over you and illuminate the ways in which the Spirit is speaking to you. If I could speak all the languages of earth and of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains, but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 1 through 3. Gracious God, your love for your creation is immeasurable and unending. Help us to live our lives by the example you have set up for us. Help us to recognize the beauty and value of each and every person we encounter. May we be filled with compassion, kindness, and mercy. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 7. God, we recognize these qualities and characteristics of love. We see them perfectly embodied by you. Love is at the very core of who you are, and you have imbued the whole of creation with it. Open our eyes to the goodness of the planet and of your people. Help us to differentiate between false ideas of love, mired in jealousy, anger, and selfishness, and instead pursue true love, generous, just, and honest. Prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will become useless, but love will last forever. Now our knowledge is partial and incomplete, and even the gift of prophecy reveals only part of the whole picture. But when the time of perfection comes, these partial things will become useless. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 8 through 10. Jesus, we know that we are frequently distracted. Our attention, our energy, and our focus are not often fixed on what truly matters, your vision of hope and love for this world. Let us not get so caught up in ourselves that we forget to show care for your creation. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror. but then we will see everything with perfect clarity. All that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as God now knows me completely. 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 11 through 13. Amen. This guided meditation is presented to you by Alabaster. Learn more at alabasterco.com.